Okay, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about how to water to help us while we're gone. Thank y'all so much for doing this. Now, I've put a bunch of soaker hoses out, and I hope this works. But, you know, in the backyard here, there's a double tap right here. And when these are pointing in, the water is on. Now you got to turn this tap on right here. This is a quarter turn. So that's off and that's on. And then these down here, if I turn that like that, away from the center, it's off. So that's off. The water's on here, but it's off going to this hose, it's off going to that hose. So I'm gonna turn that back on. I'm gonna leave this off right now. Now, this hose, don't worry about this one. This one goes up here and connects into that. And here is this hose that you can use. This hose can be used to water. Look here, you can water this with it, that, water these, that, and then you come over here on the other side of the patio and do all of those right there in the little basket. The yellow flowers and the ones in the corner. Okay, now that's also, you can drag this hose, drag it, and come right through here, and you can get most of this front porch. Now, you're not going to do any of this because this is going to be on the other system. It's on there right now, and I'm talking to you right now. All right, here is so the hose that you bring it around. You can do that. You can do this a little bit. Also the other fern. Now you won't be able to get, it'll reach to about right here. So, but you can still reach it. Spray that real good. Maybe give those a shot. Okay, now that's everything that you're going to do with the hose. Now, let's talk about what you're going to do with the watering bucket. And listen, girls, I'm watering today very heavy. So I'm gonna say you won't need to do this till, and hit that too when you do it. You might put a little bit in the sweet potatoes right there. I've already watered the blueberries around the corner, so don't worry about them. But hold on, what was I saying? Okay, I think I was talking about the what day. You know, I'm thinking I'm watering really good today. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I would say Thursday you probably could come by and water real good, and then that'll just water real good, and that'll last us till we get home. Okay, now you're gonna use these right here to water a few things, and that's where that hose right there won't reach. So I've got two of these. There's one here and there's one over by the garden. Fill them up and then come out here, and my system, the soaker hoses, they won't work to the flower pots. So hit that real good, and that pot right there real good. There's a little that little plant right there, I couldn't get a soaker. You might hit it a little bit. And then let's see, if you come around here to the garden, there's that soaker hose. See, it's doing a good job, and it goes right through there, and it's picking up these two Lenten roses, but it's not getting that one. So if you'll hit that one, so I'm going to talk to you about that. But we're talking about now, you know, what what the soaker hoses are not getting. So thinking that's pretty close to everything else that can't be reached with that hose. These are all good. I hit that real good today. That's good. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about these hydrangeas. That's a battle, so we won't worry about them. You might go ahead and put about a gallon each there. And then coming along here, there's the other watering jug. Put about a gallon in that. The soaker hose is going to get everything else. See there, that soaker hose is. Can you see that? It's doing a great job. Okay, so I've got this bed here on the soaker hose. Everything's getting good, and so I don't think you need to worry about any of this. I've got that hose already down at the mailbox. So soaker hose there. So don't have to worry about that. Okay, all right, let's talk about soaker hoses now. You'll have to make one little change here. See that outlet right there, okay? You're gonna put this on, which is gonna do that triangle, and it's gonna do the mailbox. And I'd let that run for 2 hours. So in other words, I don't know, you don't have to stay here. You could, and don't worry if it runs 4 hours. There's not using all that much water. Don't worry about it. But if you can get back and stop it before the nighttime, that would be good. So, we got 2 spigots. Both of them are double. So this same way. This is off. That's off. And this is on. Of course, you have to turn this on. Okay? So this one goes over and comes out and feeds the soaker hose that's doing the front bed, and it goes across the sidewalk over there and then comes back underneath the apricot roses. So I don't know, we'll call that zone 1. And see, it's doing a good job. So now, after you do this triangle, and you'll do the triangle and the mailbox at the same time, cut this off. Cut it off by going here to this one. And you just turn it like that. That turns it off. Now, when you got it turned off, you're going to come over here and unscrew that right there and bring the hose over and screw it in right there. Then come over here and turn it back on. Now you'll be still doing this bed unless you turn it off, and you'll be doing the garden. That soaker hose runs all the way through the garden. Okay? Now, you know, we're really, and there's a few, I want you to pick, there's a few cucumbers there, you know, and they're getting, you know, go ahead and pick them because that helps bring more on. So pick those. Pick, we don't have to worry about the potatoes, but, you know, there's some squash in here. You know, you go ahead and pick the squash, and y'all do whatever you want to with it. Look it over real good. Got some tomatoes coming on. They won't be ready though. And peppers. I'm gonna leave all these peppers on here. Y'all get the peppers. And how about those bells? Look at there. And those are the Cubanelles. They're a mild sweet pepper. These are hot. These are the jalapenos. They're pretty hot. That baby right there. And then over here are habaneros. I don't know if they're will be ready or not, but they are supposed to be really hot. Okay, so pick whatever you want. And then after the garden is done, you could do, you know, cut this off and then hook that up and come along here and do this while y'all are watering your other with your cans, and then unhook it when you think the garden's good. And you know, if you want to just take a sprayer and spray this, but I'm trying to do it so that you don't have to stand here and, you know, because it takes a lot of water when it's 100 degrees. But anyway, you're going to unhook it from that one, and then you're going to take it down here and hook it in to where this fence row is, that right there. So hook it in right there. Now that's a soaker hose, and it's going to go. There's Mom's little Mother's Day. I pulled the bud off of that today. So I've got this soaker hose, and it goes all the way down and catches these two little blueberry bushes down here. So those are going to be on it. Okay, so you can let that run. Just make sure you get a lot of, and I'm not even worried about leaving it overnight. Just leave, you know, stay here and get one real good for 2-3 hours, and then put the other one on and let it run all night. Don't worry about it. Now, this is the other zone for soaker hose. So you've got that one hose there that I've just laid out that you can use to fill your watering cans with. So you're going to turn those on and fill, you know, you'll use the hose to water these other things, but then you can use it to fill your watering can to go and do the things that are up that the soaker hose can't get to. Now the other side of this, that is this right here goes down. So it's connected in the soaker hose, and I've got it running. So we're gonna soak this whole place. I've watered these real good. See that soaker hose is running. You can see it dripping in there. So it's watering all these impatiens. So then it leaves here after it gets these azaleas, comes over here, and it goes by these Lenten roses right here, 2 of them. So you might hit that with your can, and that one right there, the hot lips. hit that with your can. And then this comes on over here and connects in to a fitting right there. You don't have to do anything at all with that. And then it waters these, that line waters all these oak leaf hydrangeas. Okay? So, don't worry too much about it. Just, if you'd rather figure out how to just use a hose and water. But, the main thing about the soaker hose, just let it go. Just don't worry about it, because it takes a while for all that water. Oh, and hit that little hanging basket right there with your can. And just look around. I think that's everything. Love y'all, and thank you so much for doing this for me. I really was worried about, like I say, I'm not so worried about the garden, but some of these bushes, I paid $30, $40 for some of these bushes on the front, and I can't afford to lose them. Thank y'all. I love you dearly. We'll be talking to you while we're gone, probably texting and everything. Love you. Bye-bye.